Have you ever felt too old or too tired to be useful anymore? Have you ever thought that your best days were behind you? Today we will explore a wonderful story about 4 animals who felt exactly that way. They show us that we can always find a new purpose when we work together. Welcome to Fairy Tales English Journey. In this video, we will read the classic tale of the Bremen town musicians. This famous story comes from the Brothers Grimm. It teaches us about friendship and courage. We will learn new English words while enjoying a magical adventure. Let us begin our journey to Bremen. Once upon a time, there was a hard-working donkey. He had carried heavy sacks of corn to the mill for many years. But now, he was growing old. His strength was fading away. His master decided that the donkey was no longer useful. The master wanted to stop feeding the poor, tired animal. The donkey was very smart and sensed the danger. He decided to run away before his master could harm him. He thought about what he could do next. He remembered the lively town of Bremen. He decided to travel there and become a town musician. He believed his loud voice would be perfect. The donkey walked along the dusty road for a while. Soon he saw a hunting dog lying by the side of the path. The dog was panting heavily as if he had run a very long way. The donkey stopped and looked at the tired dog. He asked the dog why he was panting. The dog looked up with sad eyes. He explained that he was too old to hunt anymore. He could not run as fast as he used to. Because of this, his master wanted to get rid of him. The dog had run away, but now he did not know how to earn his food. The donkey felt sorry for the dog. He understood exactly how the dog felt. The donkey smiled and shared his plan. He told the dog that he was going to Bremen to become a town musician. He invited the dog to join him. The dog could play the drums while the donkey played the lute. The dog loved this idea very much. He wagged his tail and agreed to join the donkey. The 2 new friends walked together along the road. They felt hopeful about their new future in Bremen. After walking a short distance, they saw a cat sitting in the middle of the road looking very sad. The cat had a face as long as 3 rainy days. The donkey asked the cat what had gone wrong. The cat sighed deeply. She explained that she was getting old and her teeth were becoming blunt. She preferred to sit by the warm fire instead of chasing fast mice around the big house. Because she could not catch mice anymore, her mistress wanted to drown her. The cat had escaped, but she was very worried. She did not know where to go or what to do. The donkey listened carefully to her sad story. He knew that the cat needed a good friend and a new home. The donkey told the cat about their journey to Bremen. He said that cats understand night music very well. He invited her to come with them and become a town musician. The cat thought this was a wonderful idea. She joined the donkey and the dog. The 3 outcasts continued their journey together. The 3 animals walked past a farmyard. They saw a rooster sitting on the gate. The rooster was crowing as loudly as he could. His voice echoed across the fields. The donkey asked the rooster why he was making such a terrible noise. The donkey said the sound went right through his long ears. The rooster stopped crowing and looked at the travelers. He explained that he had predicted good weather for the day, but guests were coming for dinner on Sunday. The farm wife told the cook to make rooster soup. The cook was going to chop off the head of the rooster that very evening. The rooster was crowing with all his might while he still had the breath to do so. The donkey shook his head in disbelief. He told the rooster to come away with them. He said that finding something better than death is very easy. The donkey praised the powerful voice of the loud rooster. The donkey said that if they all made music together, it would sound very good. The rooster agreed to this clever plan. Now there were 4 travelers on the road to Bremen. They walked for many hours, but the town of Bremen was too far to reach in just 1 single day of walking. As evening approached, they came to a large forest. They decided to spend the night there. The donkey and the dog lay down under a very big tree. The cat climbed up and settled on a thick branch. The rooster flew up to the very top of the tree where he felt completely safe. Before going to sleep, the rooster looked around in all 4 directions. He saw a tiny spark of light shining in the distance. He called out to his new friends. He told them that there must be a house nearby because he could see a bright light shining through the dark trees of the forest. The donkey stood up and said they should go find the house. He thought the sleeping conditions in the forest were very bad. The dog agreed with the donkey. The dog said that a few bones with some meat on them would be very nice. So the 4 friends walked toward the shining light. The light grew brighter and larger as they walked closer. Finally, they reached a brightly lit house. This house belonged to a dangerous gang of robbers. The donkey was the tallest of the four animals. He quietly walked up to the window and looked inside the house to see what was happening in there. The dog asked the donkey what he saw inside the house. The donkey said he saw a table covered with wonderful food and sweet drinks. He also saw robbers sitting around the table enjoying the great feast. The rooster said he wished they could be the ones sitting at that table eating the delicious food. The animals moved away from the window to make a plan. They needed to find a way to chase the dangerous robbers out of the house. They thought about their different strengths and how they could work together. Finally, they came up with a very clever idea that required perfect teamwork from all four friends. The donkey placed his front feet on the window ledge. The dog jumped up and stood on the back of the donkey. The cat climbed up and stood on the back of the dog. Finally, the rooster flew up and perched on the head of the cat. They were now ready to execute their plan. At a given signal, they all began to make their music at the exact same time. The donkey brayed loudly. The dog barked fiercely. The cat meowed terribly. The rooster crowed wildly. Then they crashed through the glass window into the room. The breaking glass made a huge noise that echoed through the dark night. The robbers jumped up from their chairs in absolute terror. They heard the dreadful noise and saw the strange shape coming through the window. They thought a terrible ghost or monster was attacking them. The robbers panicked and ran out of the house as fast as they could. They fled deep into the dark forest. The four happy friends sat down at the large wooden table. They were very hungry from their long journey. They ate the delicious food that the robbers had left behind. They ate as if they were preparing to fast for 4 whole weeks. The feast was the best meal they had eaten in many years. When the four musicians finished their big meal, they put out the lights. They looked for comfortable places to sleep. Each animal chose a spot that suited his nature. The donkey lay down on some straw in the yard. The dog slept behind the back door. The cat curled up near the warm fireplace ashes. The rooster flew up and perched on a high wooden beam just beneath the roof. They were all very tired from their long walk and their exciting adventure. They closed their eyes and quickly fell into a deep and peaceful sleep. The house was finally quiet and safe for the four brave animal friends. Midnight passed and the forest was completely dark. The captain of the robbers watched the house from far away. He noticed that there were no lights shining in the windows. Everything seemed perfectly quiet and still. The captain told his men that they should not have been so afraid of the strange noise they heard. The captain ordered one of his brave robbers to go back and check the house. The robber walked quietly to the house and found everything dark and silent. He went into the kitchen to light a candle. He saw the glowing eyes of the cat in the dark. He thought they were hot burning coals. The robber held a match to the glowing eyes of the cat. He wanted to light his match. But the cat did not like this at all. She jumped up and spit at him. She scratched his face with her sharp claws. The robber was terrified and tried to run out through the back door. As the robber ran past the back door, he stepped on the sleeping dog. The dog woke up angry and bit the robber on his leg. The robber screamed and ran out into the yard. He ran right past the sleeping donkey. The donkey woke up and gave the robber a massive kick with his hoof. The loud noise in the yard woke up the rooster. The rooster sat high on his wooden beam and crowed as loudly as possible. The terrified robber ran as fast as his legs could carry him. He did not stop running until he reached his captain deep in the dark woods where the gang waited. The robber was out of breath and shaking with fear. He told the captain a terrifying story. He said a horrible witch was sitting in the kitchen. She spat at him and scratched his face with her long, dirty fingernails. He said the house was cursed and completely unsafe for any of the brave robbers. The robber continued his wild story. He said a man with a knife stood by the door and stabbed him in the leg. He said a giant black monster in the yard hit him with a heavy wooden club. And worst of all, a judge sat on the roof shouting to bring the thief to him. The captain and the other robbers listened to this terrifying report. They believed every single word the scared robber said. They decided that the house was too dangerous. They swore never to return to that haunted place again. The robbers ran far away and left the beautiful house in the forest forever. The four Bremen town musicians loved their new home very much. They had plenty of food and a warm place to sleep. They decided not to travel to Bremen after all. They realized they did not need to become town musicians. They had found everything they ever wanted right there in the peaceful forest house. The donkey, the dog, the cat, and the rooster lived happily together in that house for the rest of their days. They were no longer outcasts who were useless to the world. They had found a perfect home by standing together. Their friendship gave them the strength to overcome their fears and build a future. This wonderful story teaches us many important lessons. The first lesson is about the value of every individual. The masters of these animals thought they were old and useless, but the animals proved that they still had much to offer. They used their unique talents to survive and succeed in a very difficult situation together. The second lesson is about the amazing power of teamwork. None of the animals could have chased away the robbers alone. The donkey was strong but not scary enough. The cat was agile but too small. By combining their different abilities, they created a plan that worked perfectly. Together, they were stronger than the robbers. The third lesson is about finding new purpose in life. When one door closes, another door opens. The animals thought their lives were over when they left their homes. But by staying hopeful and moving forward, they found a completely new adventure. They created a better life than they could have ever imagined for themselves. The story also shows us that courage comes in many different forms. The animals were scared and tired, but they did not give up. They faced the unknown forest and the dangerous robbers with bravery. They stood up for themselves and fought for a safe place to live. True courage means trying even when afraid. We can learn English vocabulary from this story too. The word outcast means a person or animal who is rejected by others. The masters rejected the four animals, making them outcasts. But they found acceptance with each other. A true friend accepts you just the way you are, even when others do not see your value. Another good word we learned is teamwork. Teamwork means working together with others to achieve a common goal. The animals used teamwork to scare the robbers away. When you practice speaking English with a partner, you are using teamwork. Helping each other learn is a great way to improve your language skills faster and better. The word courage is also very important in this tale. Courage means doing something difficult even when you feel scared. You need courage to learn a new language. Sometimes you might feel afraid of making mistakes when speaking English. But just like the brave animals, you must try your best and never ever give up. Let us review the journey of our four friends. The donkey started the journey with a hopeful heart. He inspired the dog, the cat, and the rooster to join him. His positive attitude changed their lives forever. Being positive can help you and the people around you find happiness and success in everyday life challenges. The dog showed loyalty and trust. He followed the donkey without knowing exactly what would happen. Trusting your friends is very important. The cat brought her cleverness to the group. The rooster contributed his loud voice and sharp eyes. Everyone had a special gift to share. You also have special gifts to share with others. The robbers represent the challenges we face in our lives. They seemed big and scary at first. But when the animals worked together, the robbers ran away. Your challenges might seem big right now. If you face them with courage and ask friends for help, you can overcome anything that stands in your way today. Fairy tales like the Bremen town musicians are not just for children. They contain deep wisdom for people of all ages. They remind us that we are never too old to start a new adventure. Every day is a fresh chance to learn something new and make wonderful new friends on your personal life journey. As you continue to learn English, remember the four brave animals. Be patient with yourself when learning new vocabulary. Practice making sentences with your friends. Celebrate your small victories just like the animals celebrated their feast. Your English journey is an exciting adventure, and you are making excellent progress every single day you practice speaking. Thank you for joining Fairy Tales English Journey today. We hope you enjoyed the story of the Bremen town musicians. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends. Keep practicing your English and never stop believing in yourself. We will see you in the next magical story adventure. Have a wonderful day.
Top 10 Best Sentences to Learn English. Number 1. An old but sturdy gray donkey with long ears, a gentle face, wearing a simple, worn leather halter. Explanation. This sentence uses sturdy to describe strength despite age, and worn to describe something used for a long time. It is a great example of how to use multiple adjectives to create a vivid character description. Number 2. The donkey walking away down a dirt path, looking back at his old farm with determination. Explanation. The phrase "with determination" is an adverbial phrase that describes the character's firm intent. It is a useful expression for showing a character's internal resolve or motivation. Number 3. The donkey meeting the tired dog resting by the side of a dusty road. Explanation. This sentence demonstrates the use of a present participle phrase, resting by the side of, to provide additional context about a character's state without starting a new sentence. Number 4. All four animals walking together in a line down a country road as the sun begins to set. Explanation. The phrase, "as the sun begins to set," is a classic narrative device used to describe the time of day and create a specific atmosphere in storytelling. Number 5. The four animals huddled together in the shadows, whispering and making a clever plan. Explanation. Huddled together suggests moving close for warmth or secrecy. Making a clever plan is a common and useful collocation for describing strategic thinking. Number 6. The stacked animals crashing through the glass window, making wild noises. Explanation. Crashing through is a dynamic phrasal verb used to describe a sudden, forceful, and noisy entry. It is perfect for describing action scenes. Number 7. Terrified robbers jumping up from the table in fear, running away from the broken window. Explanation. Terrified is a high-level adjective meaning extremely scared. The sentence structure efficiently connects a physical reaction to an emotional cause. Number 8. One nervous robber sneaking back into the dark kitchen, seeing the glowing eyes of the cat. Explanation. The verb sneaking means moving quietly and secretly to avoid being seen. It is a key vocabulary word for describing suspenseful or stealthy movements. Number 9. The animals successfully lifting a heavy wooden log together, showing teamwork. Explanation. This sentence highlights the noun teamwork, which is essential for describing collaboration. It also uses the adverb successfully to denote the positive outcome of an action. Number 10. An open door revealing a bright, beautiful landscape, symbolizing a new purpose in life. Explanation. The words symbolizing and purpose are useful for discussing deeper meanings, themes, or metaphors in literature and formal communication.